Hi there. I want to talk about two words, for and since. Now, both of these words are prepositions or conjunctions, depending on the sentence. But in this video, I'm not talking about whether they're prepositions or conjunctions. Here I'm going to show you how to use them in a sentence. What tense do we use with these particular words? So, to start with, let's talk about what they mean, followed with some examples and then a quick quiz at the end. So, let's start off with for. How do we use for? When we talk about the word for, we talk about a period of time. I've been talking on the phone for an hour with my friend. I've been reading a book for a week. Now, it doesn't mean I've been reading the whole time for a week, but it means that I've been reading a particular book over a period of a week, on and off. So we're talking about a particular time frame, the length of time, the period of time. Whereas when we talk about since, we're talking about something that began at a very specific time in the past. I've been talking on the phone since 2 p.m. I've been reading a book since the 12th of July. I've been cooking since lunchtime. So we're talking about, when we talk about since, we're talking about something that happened at a very specific time in the past. It began at a specific time. We use both for and since with the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. And we do that because we're referring to events that began in the past and have continued up until now. We use the present perfect continuous because the focus is more on the process of that time rather than the result, which is what the present perfect is. So let's just quickly come back, look at for and since. Let's just listen to some examples with for.
Hi, I'm Bill, and I've been living in New Zealand for 10 years.
Fred has talked about himself for 5 minutes.
I have studied for a month, and now I am ready for the test.
I've worked as a waitress for a long time.
Now let's have a look at some, or listen to some examples with since.
I've been in Amsterdam since January.
I've worked as a waiter since last month.
I've stuck to my vegan diet since 2015. I've been a fussy eater since childhood.
There we go. So let's have a look at this example. I've been going to the gym for 12 years. So for a period of 12 years, I have been going to the gym. Or we could say with since. I have been going to the gym since 2009. Now it's 2020, which is the 12 years. So one focuses on the length of time that I've been going, and the second example focuses on when I began. And I'm still going. So now let's have a look at some sentences that are common mistakes that students make that I've been hearing for years. So let's have a look at these examples and obviously how to correct them, how we make the correct sentence. Fiona teaches yoga for the last 12 months. Now this is incorrect. Why? Because the first part of the sentence, Fiona teaches yoga, is in the simple present. And we can't use the simple present tense when we talk about for the last 12 months. So for the last 12 months is a past time expression. We use the simple present tense to talk about things that we do repeatedly, ongoing, something we do every day, every week, every year, and so forth. So we can't say this. Instead, we would say, Fiona has taught yoga for the last 12 months. We use the present perfect. Or we could say, Fiona has been teaching yoga for the last 12 months. We can use the present perfect continuous. We can also use since. Fiona has been teaching yoga since last August. So when we say since, we need to have a specific time. Example 2. I come to Australia since 2 months ago. And again, this is incorrect because we can't use I come. We can't use the simple present tense. We can say I came to Australia 2 months ago. So this is using the simple past. Or we can say I've been in Australia for 2 months. Or I've been in Australia since April. Example 3. Simon is out of the office since you last called. And again, we cannot use is out of the office. We can't use a present verb, is. We cannot use for or since with the simple present tense. Instead, we would say Simon has been out of the office since you last called. Example number 4. Our new business has opened since now. Again, you cannot use the present perfect with the time expression now. Even though the present perfect is the present tense, we can't use since now. Now is an expression that includes this very second, the time that I'm talking right now. Whereas we use the present perfect for something that started in the past that has continued until now. Instead, we could say our new business has been opened since this morning, for example. Or our new business has been opened for 1 day. So it could be open for 1 hour, half a day, even 1 week. She has owed me money since 1 month. Again, this is incorrect because we only use since to talk about a very specific time. So we need to say she has owed me money since 15th of July, or she has owed me money for 1 month. I certainly hope that these examples have really helped you to understand how to use for and since. Because right now we're going to do a quick quiz and you can decide whether to use for or since in the following examples. Number 1. I haven't eaten a hamburger. I started my diet. Yes, if you said since. Correct. Number 2. Our train to the mountains has been delayed 1 hour. Yes, if you said for. Correct again. Number 3. Water levels have peaked. Tick, 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 tick. Bingo! Since the storms began. Number 4. I haven't seen Carol. Tick, 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 tick. For ages. Ted and Ron have been hiking. Tick, 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 tick. For almost a fortnight. And lastly, on Saturday, Jack visited his sister for the first time. Tick, 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 tick. Yes, if you said since, fantastic. You are correct. Since lockdown. Now, this was part 1 of for and since. The next video I'm doing is part 2. So I'm going to focus in on using for and since with the present perfect continuous, more examples with this particular tense aspect. Now, if you want to watch it, then definitely hit subscribe and the bell. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'm Larissa. Bye for now.